Namaste and welcome, my dear friends. Just shy of a 60-minute practice here, and it's a pretty nice little flow that moves from front to back of the mat, really opening in all the places that we get really tight in our modern bodies. Front of the hips, shoulders, side body doesn't get much attention, so we're hitting these kind of lovely places to open up. I very much appreciate your subscriptions to this channel, so thank you, keep them coming. Every single little click is appreciated. Let's get into it. We start in a seated position. Shutting down the eyes and starting in a nice, steady, comfortable, seated position. So to achieve the steadiness, you might sit up on something like a cushion or a block. Once you've arrived, pretty immediately relax through your shoulders, your eyes, your jaw. Let your whole body start to settle. And see if you can start to simply become attentive to your body. Begin to focus more towards the sensory feeling of the body. You're starting to tune into a sense of intuition. This intuition requires no real, mental analysis, no critical analysis. It's just that kind of first rising of the feeling that's there. No discrimination or discernment here, meaning not trying to push or pull any sensation in the body, just being aware of it. So whether that's little niggles of pain through the body, heat or cold, things like the heartbeat or the digestion, whatever's going on in the body, let it arrive in your awareness. And with this sense of receptivity, there's a sense of watching, listening, inquiry is there. Let that same quality of attention land at your belly. So you're watching, you're feeling, you start to become aware of your breath. And begin to deepen your breath as the first movement of the practice. Breathing more into the inhalation rather. So the belly fills and swells as you inhale. Starting to slow down your exhalation, take more time with it. You work with just a very simple breath practice here. Try and smooth the breath out. So you're breathing slowly, you're breathing deeply. You're giving some sense of boundary to the breath by creating smoothness. Now take that a little bit further and add quietness to the breath. So smooth and quiet. And try and maintain that same kind of pacing, that same kind of feeling to the breath. You're a little bit more tuned into the sensory awareness of the breath rather than the idea of the breath. So it's the literal embodiment of it. And that quality is what we look to keep as a continuity throughout the ever-changing body movements of the practice. So consistency in your breathing, adaptability to the posture. Keep it rhythmic, keep it flowing through the breath. Go ahead and raise the arms up towards the ceiling as you blink open your eyes. Exhale and twist to your right. Take the right arm into a half bind, left hand catches the thigh or the knee. Just a breath or two more here in the twist, rolling back the right shoulder. And then raise the right arm up towards the ceiling into a nice big side bend, so the left hand is still on the knee or the thigh, leaning over. A couple of breaths here. Raise both arms up through center just for a moment and twist in the other direction. Left hand into a half bind. Turning back the shoulder. One more breath there in the twist. And raising the left arm up into the side bend. Nice big lean over to the right. A couple of breaths here. Nice. Back through to center, raising up the arms, and then roll over the knees and come into cat-cow. So as you find all fours, tabletop, get straight into the movement, taking an inhale to press the belly down, and an exhale to raise and arch up through the spine. Carrying on, dipping the belly as you inhale, arching the spine as you exhale. Just take 2, maybe 3 more rounds with that. Really let the movement originate from the tailbone. So the tailbone is lifting up and down, and the rest of the spine follows that kind of movement. Just one more round now, dip to the arch. As you hold in the arching position, pause there, tuck the toes and lift the knees just 1 inch above the floor. Hold for a sec, and then again into cat-cow. Drop the knees, dip the belly down. Exhale, arch, lift the knees 1 inch and pause. And again, drop the knees, dip the belly down. And up into downward facing dog now. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Make a little bit of movement in down dog. Pedaling out the legs. Bending through one knee and then the other. Just 1 or 2 more breaths here. Good, next inhale, come into high plank. Shoulders above your wrists. And exhale, send your butt back into down dog. Just do that 2 more times. High plank brings you forward. Back to down dog. Keep the rounding of the upper back in high plank. And this time, pull back into down dog and walk your hands towards the back of your mat into a forward fold. Just letting the whole upper body relax, dangle. You can sway some body weight from left to right if you like to. A little bit of movement here. 2 to 3 big breaths. And gently bend the knees deeper as you roll up the spine through to standing, really slow. Reach your arms up at the top, nice and high. Touch palms above your head and lean over to your left, just for 1 big breath. Come back through center. Keep the palms together as you lean to the right. Back through center, squeeze your butt. We'll do 1 more on each side. Left. Lifting back up and to go over to the right. Good. Back through center and exhale to fold forward. Coming all the way down, hands to the floor. Walk them out to plank position. As soon as you arrive in plank, lower down through chaturanga until you're flat. Take the hands off the side of the mat. Lift the chest into cobra. And then lower back down, nice and slow. Keep on going, trying to point the toes pretty firm here. Lifting and lowering through the chest. 2 more rounds now. Keep the thighs fairly active. Last one. Lifting and lowering down. Coming back through tabletop, all fours. Straight up into downward facing dog. And again, walking the hands towards the back of the mat. Bending the knees straight away now, rolling up the spine through to standing. Reach up at the top nice and high. And catching opposite elbows over the head to again lean to the left. 1 big breath. Back through center, over to the right, keeping the belly in. Back through center. Interlace the hands behind the lower back now, so releasing the arms. Roll back the shoulders and fold forward. Coming down, Relaxing the neck, and again, a big bend in the knees is a good idea there. 2 more big breaths. Good, release the hands to the floor. Walk the hands out to plank. We'll do a little bit of work in plank here. Shoulders above your wrists. As you arrive in plank, tap your right hand to left shoulder, and then place the hand down to pull back into down dog. We get a little movement going here. High plank, left hand to right shoulder rather, and then back to down dog. High plank, right hand, left shoulder, back to down dog. One last time, high plank, left hand to right shoulder, and back to down dog. This time, coming to high plank, lower down through chaturanga. Take your arms back by your side, or alternatively, interlace behind the lower back. Roll back the shoulders and lift up the chest either way. Exhale to lower down. 2 more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. 1 more. Inhale coming up. And exhale, lower down. Come back through tabletop into downward facing dog. And immediately walking up towards the top of the mat. Feet towards your hands. Now halfway lift to lengthen out. Keep your left hand down. Raise the right hand up into a twist. Big breath here. And switch it over. Right hand comes down. Big bend into the right knee as the left hand comes up. 1 breath at the top. And bring the left hand down. Again onto the other side. Right hand raises up. Twist. Take the hand up over the head. Reaching over the top of the mat. So a big side bend here. Keep turning the chest for 1 more big breath in the twist. And release to fold. Left hand comes up. And then reaching it up over the head. Again, keep the twist happening. Shoulder rolling back for 1 more breath here. And release. Left hand down. Bend the knees deeper. Roll up the spine through to standing. Reach up at the top nice and high. And exhale to fold forward when we come through a couple of rounds of sun sail. So halfway lift. Step back to plank. Into chaturanga. Up dog, pull the chest through the arms. And into downward facing, lifting up the hips. Just 1 more big breath there in down dog. And walk, step or jump, feet towards the hands. Halfway lift, flatten out the back. Fold in. Stand up, reach for the ceiling, nice and tall. And exhale to fold all the way down, hands to the ground. We do it 1 more time now. Halfway lift, inhale. Step or jump back into chaturanga, bent elbows. Up dog, pull the chest through. Down dog to lift the hips. 1 more breath there in down dog. And again back to the top of the mat. Walk, step or jump, feet towards the hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold in. Stand up. Feet together now. Chair pose. Bend the knees and sink the butt. Hands to prayer. Turn to your right and hook the left elbow around the knee. Keep the knees together. Sink nice and low here. Little lift of the chest to turn back the shoulders. 1 more breath here. Inhale to stand up. Reach up for the ceiling. Exhale back into chair for the twist on the other side. Left elbow, or right elbow rather, around the left. Sitting the butt down. Couple of breaths here. Inhale to stand, reach up, nice and tall. Exhale to fold forward. It's going to change. Halfway lift. Step your left foot back and lower the knee down. Arms up, low lunge. So the right hand grabs the left wrist, quite literally. Lift up, stretch high, and then lean to your right. Nice big side bend here. Try and drop the left shoulder away from the ear, but pull the arm. So it's real contrast. Squeezing the left butt cheek for 2 more big breaths here. And release the left elbow around the front knee. Hands together now into the twist. Keep the back knee on the floor for now. Little lift of the chest to deepen the twist, but sink the hips a touch. 2 more big breaths right here. And release the hands to the floor as you straighten through the front leg. Now, get into half Hanuman. So front leg is straight-ish. Front foot is lifted. We'll take it towards twisted Hanuman. So right hand raises up. Pull the pinky toe up on your right foot. Steady your breaths here and just take 2 more large ones. A little bit tricky on the transition. Reach the right hand up over the head, reaching for the top of the mat. Keep twisting for 1 big breath. And as the right hand comes down inside your right shin, start to turn to your left on the back shin and raise up the arms. You got it. So facing the left hand side of your mat, gate pose, right hand to right knee or shin, reaching up and over. Nice long, steady, easy breaths here. 2 to go. Inhale to lift up the chest. Place the left hand towards the back of the mat. We get a little tricky here. Spin the right foot down. Left knee lifts off the floor. Tap it into the left elbow and hold. Now just 1 time here. Kick the leg out to the side. Pull the knee in. Bring the right hand down and flip this into wild thing. Turn the left leg over the right. Turn the hips, lift the chest. 2 big breaths. And then unflip. Step your left foot back between the hands and find Skandasana at the other end of the mat. Drop your butt towards your right heel. Keep your hands on the floor for this one. 1 big breath here. Walk the hands down the mat to the other end. 1 big breath here. Very short stop. Back to the original top of the mat, runner's lunge. Off the chest out on fingertips. Big breath here. Lift the chest just off the thigh. Reach the arms out in front of you. We get a little bit of linking movement. Sweep the arms back. Drop the back knee. Arms raise up. Palms face back. Lift the elbows. And exhale. Throw the hands back into half Hanuman. And we keep on going. Bend the front knee. Reach out in front of you. Lift the back leg. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Drop the back knee, arms up. Exhale to half Hanuman, straighten through the front leg. This time, step straight up, feet together. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold in. Stand tall, reach up for the ceiling. And exhale to fold forward to take a flow. Halfway lift, inhale. Step or jump back into chaturanga. Up dog, pulls the chest through the arms. And then to downward dog, lifting up the hips. 1 big breath in down dog, stay connected to your breathing. And come back to the top of the mat. Don't drop the breath. Walk, step or jump, feet towards the hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale and fold. Inhale to stand, little back bend, squeeze your butt at the top. And fold straight back down, hands to the ground. Halfway lift, flatten out. Step or jump back into chaturanga. Up dog, pull the chest through the arms. Down dog, lifts the hips. Big breath there. And again to the top of the mat. Heels up, knees bent, walk, step or jump. Feet towards the hands. Now we're going to keep moving here. Halfway lift. Right foot steps back. Drop the knee. Arms up, low lunge. Left hand grabs the right wrist. Stretch up and then lean to your left. Keep your right butt cheek squeezing for this massive side bend. And sort of play with the position a little bit. So the breath is continuous, but you're sort of adapting the posture by rolling the shoulder back a little or tilting it down, maybe a little further over to the left is good. You're going to feel out the posture for yourself using the context of my suggestions. 2 more big breaths. And then release the elbow to hook it around the front leg, hands together. Once you've got your twisting shape going, the hips sink a little, lift the chest just a touch and turn back your left shoulder. 2 or 3 more breaths here. And release. Hands to the floor. Half Hanuman. Get your shape so hips are above your right knee. Front foot is lifted. And left hand now raises up into twisted Hanuman. Breathing here, holding here. 2 to 3 long breaths. Bring the left hand down inside your front leg. Turn on the back knee until you're facing the right hand side of the mat. Raise up the arms. Left hand to the left knee. Right hand reaching towards the top of the mat. Squeeze your butt. Try and press your pelvis forward as you lean your chest back. 2 more steady, long exhalations here. Inhale, lift the chest up. Bring the right hand down to the ground at the back of the mat. Pick up your right knee, tap it into the elbow and hold for a moment. Kick it out 1 time to the left. Pull the knee back in. Switch hands. Left hand down. Turn the right leg over into wild thing, raising the right hand up and the hips up. 2 big breaths here. And then 1 big step. Right foot steps between your hands. Skandasana, half squat at the other end of the mat. So the right leg straightens. Left knee bends. 1 big breath here. And switch. Take your butt towards the back of the mat. Right heel, chest up. 1 more big breath here. Walk the hands back to the original top of the mat. Runner's lunge. Reach your arms out in front of you. Big breath. Lift the chest off the thigh. Exhale through to arrowhead. Sweep the arms back. Lower the back knee. Raise up the arms. Palms back. Chest up. And exhale through to half Hanuman, straightening through the front leg. 1 more. Reach out as you lunge. Lift the back knee. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Arrowhead. Drop the back knee. Low lunge. Arms up. Exhale through to half Hanuman. Sweep the arms back. Step straight up. Hands to the ground. Feet together at the top. Halfway lift. Inhale. Fold in. Stand tall. Reach up. Exhale to fold forward. Coming all the way in. Halfway lift. Inhale. Step or jump back into chaturanga. Up dog. Pull the chest through. And down dog to lift the hips. We're going to keep moving straight away here. Raise the right leg up. Step the foot in between the hands. Crescent lunge. Arms up. So in this crescent, either take the left elbow behind the head, right hand up on top, or full Gomukhasana grip. You reach the right hand from the base of the spine, interlocking fingers, lifting the head and chest, and then leaning to your right here. 2 to 3 long, steady breaths. We're going to add a little bit more to this. So come back through center with the chest, stand all the way up, straighten the legs, and then rebend the knees. You go back into the side bend. 2 more. Stand up, straighten the chest, rebend, lean right. Oh, that's tricky. Stand up, 1 more. Exhale, lean to the right. This time, arms up, crescent. Rebending the front knee as you arrive, hands to prayer, turn to your right and hook the left elbow. Might have to extend the stance, but again, that little lift of the chest off the thigh, away from the thigh to deepen the twist. 2 more breaths there. Very gently, hands on the floor, standing splits. Look forward. Back leg lifts up. Now in this standing splits, 2 little pulses. Tap your left knee to right calf, curtsy down. Punch the leg back up and do it 1 more time. Knee to calf, curtsy. This time, punch the leg up and hold. Bend at the top knee, tilt the hip up. Maybe the right hand wants to grab a hold of that foot, lifting the knee but bringing the chest down. 2 more breaths here. And warrior 2. Step back, open the arms, straighten through the front leg, reach up and back. Now in this exalted shape, reach as far back as you can and stay for 2 more big breaths. Left hand sliding down the thigh, back into warrior 2. Rebend the front knee. Side angle, right hand down inside the leg, left hand wrapping behind the lower back into a half bind. Welcome to take a full bind, wrapping the right arm underneath the leg also. Otherwise, stay with the half. Just keep the chest turning back here. Breath is nice and steady. 3, maybe 4 more big breaths. Hands to the floor, Skandasana at the back of the mat. Turn the back toes back as you sit the butt down. This time, left hand down, right hand up. Lean back, and maybe you reach over for the back of the mat also. Keep the front toes lifted. A breath or 2 more here. And very much like what we did before, as you walk the hands to the top of the mat, find a runner's lunge. Reach the arms out in front of you. And as you sweep the arms back into arrowhead, find warrior 3. A T shape with the body, launch off the back leg. Hold, aeroplane in this variation, kicking strongly out the back. 2 more big breaths here. Stick with me here. Hands to the ground, runner's lunge. Foot down, 3-leg dog. The front leg lifts up and out. Walk the hands towards the back of the mat. Curl the right knee towards your chest and stand up. At the top, just take a moment to take a hold of the right knee, left hand up. Start to lean back a little bit here and squeeze the knee hard into the chest just for another breath or so. And find figure 4. Place the right ankle onto the left knee. Sitting the butt nice and heavy here, bringing the chest down. Option to maybe draw the armpits over the shin and get a lot lower with the chest. Taking just 3, maybe 4 more breaths. So really getting quite compressed here, getting quite low down with the chest. Stay with it, nice big juicy hip opener. 1 more big breath. And as you stand up, hug the knee to the chest, squeeze it up, nice and controlled here. Same way out. Kick the right leg up, hands to the ground, standing splits. Now stick with me. Right hand, walk the hands out first. Right knee to left elbow for fallen triangle. Kick the leg to the side. Raise the left hand up. Now we've got a little bit of work to do here. Stay with it. Lift the right foot off the floor. Hold for a sec. Tap the knee into the elbow. Flip this into wild thing. Left hand down. Turn the right leg over. Flip the hip. Right hand up. Big breath here. 1 big step. Right foot to the top right corner. Left foot to the top left corner. And sit your butt down. Nice big squat here. Chest lifts up. Belly in. 1 more big breath. And then thinking about coming into crow, into the flow. So here's my suggestion for it. Hands to the ground. Hips and heels lift up. So your center of gravity lifts, being your hips. As the face comes down, you kind of rock the hips up, resting the knees on the arms or squeezing them in harder. Now, we're going to try a little hop back if we can. A little pop up of the booty as you hop back into chaturanga. Pop. Up dog to follow. Still with me? Down dog. Lifting the hips. 1 more big breath there. In downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. We keep moving. Step through. Crescent lunge. Arms up. Right elbow bends behind the head. Either left hand up on top. or find full Gomukhasana grip. Either way, chest up. Really try to squeeze back your left shoulder here as well as you lean to your left. Steady breathing. One more breath here in the static hold. All right, a little bit of moving. Chest comes back through center, straighten the legs, stand up. Rebend the knee, lean left. 2 more. Stand, lift, lean as you lunge. Inhale, coming up. Rebend as you go to the side. Good. Arms up, stand up. Crescent lunge, hands to prayer. Turn to your left and hook the elbow around the knee. So again, back leg is really strong. Chest lifting away from the thigh a little. Deepening the twist for just maybe 2 more long breaths here now. Hands on the floor. Standing splits. Back leg lifts up. Kick it up nice and strong. 2 times. Tap your right knee to left calf. Coming down. Punch the leg up. Lift. 1 more. Knee to calf. Inhale, lift it up. This time, bend the top knee. Maybe reach for the foot with your left hand. And start to bow down a little further. Keep lifting your right knee up. Should feel it squeezing through your right butt cheek there. 2 more breaths. Warrior 2. Step back, open out your arms. Straighten through the front leg, reach up and back, but really take it a little further. Slide the right hand down the thigh, lean back, lean back. Breath or 2 more here. And then reaching forward for warrior 2 into side angle. Left hand down, half bind or full. Turning back the right shoulder either way. Keep your breath nice and smooth here. Do check that your front knee is above the ankle, just as I just did there, and notice I had to lunge just a little bit more to stack the bones, and that way my muscles don't have to do quite so much work, and get a nice alignment where we get a good functional firing of the muscles coordinating with each other. Synchronize the breath now. 2 to go. Inhale to stand up, release the bind, straighten through the front leg, reach up and back. And then reaching forward as far as you can to find triangle. Left hand coming down, right hand up. Little lean back on the chest here. Smoothing and stabilizing your breathing. 2 to 3 more breaths. As the right hand comes down to the floor, turn to the back of the mat or thereabouts, Skandasana. Drop your butt to your right heel, chest lifting up. Right hand stays down, left hand comes up. Lean back a little here. Couple of breaths more. Just like we did before. As we walk the hands to the top of the mat, runner's lunge. Reach the arms out into thunderbolt. Exhale through to arrowhead and launch into warrior 3. Or airplane Hetakasana, holding belly in. And a little lowering on your right hip, but squeezing back your shoulders. 2 more breaths now. Step back and down, runner's lunge, good little hold there. 3-leg dog, so the front foot lifts up. Walk the hands towards the back of the mat. Curl the left knee in towards the chest. Hold for a moment here in the standing position. Grab a hold of the knee. Right hand up, but really lean back just a little bit, not too much. Hug the knee in pretty tight. 1 more big breath there. And into figure 4. Left ankle, right knee. Sitting the butt down. Stabilizing your breathing here. Maybe the chest comes a little further and beyond. Armpits might even be resting on the shin. Keep the butt coming down. Tendency is that you're going to lift your hips a little. Try not to take it into the fold. Bend the standing leg. 3 more big breaths here now. Really big hip opener. All right, we keep moving. Hands to prayer. Left knee to the chest. Whoa. Squeeze it in. Standing splits. Hands to the floor. Left leg up. Here we go. A little bit of arm balance. Walk the hands out. Left knee to right elbow. Kick it out to the side as the right hand comes up. Hold and fall in triangle for a big breath. Left knee to left elbow. Tap. Flip it into wild thing. Right hand comes down. Turn the left leg over. Lift the hips. Turn the chest. Breath or 2 more there. And again up to the squat. Left foot, left hand. Left foot, right foot, right hand. And sit the butt down. Chest up. So again, that movement from crow into the flow is just the slightest little pop of the hips bouncing up. So I know it requires a fair bit of strength to get there, but you know, carve out some pathways towards it. Hug the knees in tight towards your ribs, your upper arms. Shift body weight forward, round your upper back. Feet coming up and then little pop. Chaturanga finds up dog. Up dog finds down dog, and we're not quite done yet. 1 more big breath here in down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Step the foot in between the hands. Crescent lunge, arms up. Exhale through to arrowhead. Sweep the arms back, just like before. Warrior 3, launch off the back leg. This time, 1 big breath. Hug the left knee in towards your chest. Come up. Gently point the knee down now. Take the top of the foot with your left hand. Take the right hand to the top of the foot also. Double-handed dancer. So as you bend the standing leg a little bit, roll back the shoulders, kick firmly into the palms, and just take 3 big breaths here. Without slingshotting the foot, release, step back and down into runner's lunge. Front foot lifts up and out, 3-leg dog. Walk the hands back, curl the right knee in towards your chest. Hug it in nice and tight, a little extra work here. Hands to prayer. Kick the leg out in front of you. A big breath there. Pendulum, swing it back. Hands to the floor. Here we go. Walk the hands out just like before. Fallen triangle. Right knee to left elbow. Now this time, catch a hold of the foot with the left hand. Kick to the side or up towards the top of the mat. 2 more big breaths there. 3-leg dog finds a 3-leg flow. Right leg up, high plank to low plank, up dog finds down dog. Woo! Yeah. Let's get this done. Left leg up, inhale. Step through, crescent lunge, arms up. Exhale through to arrowhead. Warrior 3, hands to prayer, launch. Hold, kick, belly in. 2 big breaths. Knee to chest, stand up. Squeeze it in, catch your balance. Point the knee down. Right hand to the top of the foot. Left hand to the top of the foot. Squeeze your butt. Roll back the shoulders and kick. Hold. Standing leg can bend, that's all good. 2 more big breaths. Release, runner's lunge. Hands down, foot down. Last little bit, 3-leg dog. Left leg up. Walk the hands back. Curl the knee to the chest. Stand up. Kick the leg and hold. Big breath. Pendulum, swing it back, dive forward, hands to the ground. Here we go. Walk the hands out. Left knee to right elbow. Grab a hold of the foot, kick, up over the head maybe to the side. Another big breath here. And back into three-leg dog for a three-leg flow. Left leg up. High plank to low plank. Up dog finds down dog. And down dog finally finds a little rest. Drop down to the knees and take a kneeling position. Oh, that got me. So you're breathing. Nice to rattle the cage a little bit. Feel into your own state of energy. Notice what's happening for you. No comparison, just be aware. And intervene by guiding yourself towards a state of well-being through your breath. As you extend your exhalation, your nervous system is going to respond with a gesture of softness. Breath or two more here. And then taking the legs out to the side. Coming towards double pigeon. So left shin is on the bottom, right shin comes over the top. Stacking them up as best as you can. You might scooch the sitting bones back a little, but then lift the chest and fold forward. Not really the longest hold here, maybe 10 breaths in total. So try and make really good use of it. Relaxing through the shoulders, the neck, the jaw. Inflating the belly, even though there's a sense of compression at the belly. And as you've got a little bit more time and space to concentrate on your own body as we start to cool down a little bit more, that should invite a little more usage of your adaptability and your intuition. Don't have to be quite so on it with following my instructions or my suggestions. You can sort of guide yourself into levels of ease here. Relaxing superficial tension through the jaw, softening the whole upper body, and probably just taking 3 more big breaths here now. Lifting up the chest, kick the right leg out to the right. Raise up the arms, lift the front foot. You might bring your left hip around a little bit. I think that's good. And then fold forward over the right leg. So a couple of variations here, if you like. I mean, the fold is a beautiful and very beneficial shape here. Hamstring, lower back, all through the back chain of the body into the neck starts to open. Only if you feel like you want to hit the side body again, maybe here, left hand reaches for the outside blade of the foot. The right elbow comes inside the leg. You're kind of awkwardly taking the foot with your right hand as well. As you turn the chest sort of underneath your left armpit, peeking under the arm, should feel immediately a big stretch through the left hand side body. And then you can sort of play with that position. Tilt the shoulder back a bit, lean back, maybe more forward and grab a little deeper. Sort of feel it out. Feel out those sticky spots in the side body. If you're still working the forward fold, again, the inflation of the belly is expansive, even though there's compression. Just take 2 or 3 more long, deep breaths here. Inhale, lift up the chest, stargazer, left hand just behind your left hip. Lift the hips up, rocking onto the shin. Now in a stargazer, reach your right arm up over the head, kind of on a diagonal really, into a big side bend. So from your right ankle, your right foot, all the way to your right hand is nice and lifted, bending. 2 more breaths here. Lift, lift, lift the hip, lift the side body, and release. Hips come down. Other side of double pigeon. So right shin on the bottom, other shin on the top. Sort yourself out with your seated position. So scooching the butt back a little bit, and then lifting the chest and folding forward from there. I know this is not an easy shape for a lot of us, so work with anything within this context. Just a loose cross-legged position, that's going to do it just fine. Maybe a bit more like the figure 4. So the right ankle is back towards the hip, left ankle's up on top of that knee. Doesn't matter how deep it goes, I'm sure you can feel it here. Settle into the posture. Coordinate your breathing. That's giving your mind a location to be in, an activity to do in this posture that's physiologically leading you towards a state of well-being within the challenging experience of the shape. And it is challenging. And it's not the biggest challenge in your life, but it's definitely not the most comfortable position for the hips. So this is a beautiful forum to practice a sense of resilience in a very controlled and mild manner. 3 more breaths now. Inhale, chest lifts up. Left leg kicks out to the left. Arms raise up, turn towards your left leg and fold. Now, I'm going to leave it up to you guys if you want to go into the side bend. Right hand to the outer blade. The left elbow is really kind of using the left elbow as a bit of leverage to turn the chest underneath the armpit. Steady breathing wherever you're at. Especially if you're in the side bend, inflating the right side of your rib cage. Either way, for both of us, the side bends and the forward folds, either way, the breath is going down towards the belly space, not just holding it in the upper ribs, but sending it down toward the lower back, lower belly. At least 5 more breaths here. Inhale, chest lifts up. And as you're ready, draw the knees together. Roll down onto your back. If you've got your pillow or your block, take it with you. And as you land on the ground, feet on the floor, take the feet about as wide as the mat and drop the knees a few times from side to side, left to right. 2 rounds of bridge pose here with the potential for wheel. And if you'd rather be in supported bridge, take a pillow or your block, lift your hips, take it underneath for the whole time, or press the hips up towards the ceiling and hold, breathe there, squeezing the butt. Now, you're welcome to take wheel at any moment, hands next to the ears, press the chest. But either way, bridge or wheel, try and squeeze your butt to press the hips up, but then suck your belly in simultaneously. Suck the belly in. 2 more breaths in this first round. And release. Again, knees side to side. If you're on the block, stay on the block or the pillow. 1 more round now. Pretty much straight away, feet on the ground. Tilt the tailbone up and lift the hips up. Hold, squeeze the butt, suck the belly in, nice and tense through the belly and butt. If it's wheel, hands next to the ears. And you might turn the hands out to the side a little extra. 3 more breaths, whatever you've got going on. And release. Beautiful. Right knee comes in towards the chest. take it over to the left into a twist, opening out the right shoulder to the side. Let the right shoulder drop really heavily here. 3 to 4 more big breaths. Back through center, other side, left knee coming in. Switch it over. Left shoulder opening out, broadening. Two or three more breaths here. Back through to center. Hug the knees in towards your chest and find happy baby for just a moment. Now, my suggestion here is to kind of take Shavasana with legs up the wall pose. So if you want to make your way towards a wall, scooch on over, luckily I got one near me, and turn sideways to the wall like I am, and then send the legs up the wall as you sort of turn your hips in. Now you could have the legs straight up, you could have them separated, whatever's going to feel best for your body. As you come into this resting position, really give yourself a few minutes to slow down into complete stillness. Just remind yourself of the importance of resting. And see if you can prioritize your own sense of well-being, your care, your sense of self-care is really the absolute priority here. It's really emphasized. You'll get back into all of your responsibilities, obligations, and kind of love affairs with the rest of the world. But right now, nurture your relationship with yourself. Take a few minutes to rest. Just be in this body that you've so beautifully opened up, taken care of through this practice. Feel your breath. Keep your attention present within you. Don't let it get carried away into all sorts of fantasies, dreams, and reflections. Just the simplicity of now with the body. Nothing more than that. Always an honor and a pleasure to guide you through your practice. I'll sign off here and say namaste to you, and I'll see you next time.